to stop, that's when I found the way. And it
So
sucks.
it came to that point for you.
No, yeah, for sure. It was bad. It was bad, bro. Because again, and especially nowadays,
Nobody's going to save you.
at all.
Nobody's going to come here and say, okay,
Yeah.
I'm saving you.
Yeah.
No.
And you go on Instagram and you see a bunch of other stuff, and that influences you. Like, it's not that you're hating on anybody. It's that you're seeing other people's success and you're saying, what are they doing that I'm not doing? But you still don't change your ways, right? That's the thing. The biggest issue with a lot of people is that they know they're doing
People
something
aren't
wrong.
dumb. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you know what? They know it. They know it, but they're not
oblivious.
doing the change. They're not making the switch. And that's the issue. For the most part, that is the number one
Because
issue.
if they make that change, it means they will have to be uncomfortable.
Exactly. Yeah, for sure. You do have to do things that maybe you don't
And
want
what
to
is
do.
it? A fear? Just a fear?
Yeah, I mean, it's not just the fear, it's the fact that it's something new, right? And when you're doing something new, maybe, for example, like maybe you don't agree with it. Like when I first started out, I didn't want to do 1% risk per trade because I wanted to make more money. But realistically,
Even 1% can be a lot, right?
exactly, bro. Listen, I tell this to every single person that comes around the group. I say the biggest goal for you should be to get funded and then scale. Why? Because let's take that example with 1%, right? You get a 100K account, you make 5% in a month, that's 5K.
Guys, listen. He's about to
Tap in,
he's about to
tap
break
in.
it down. Tap in.
So you make 1% on 100K. You make 1% per trade, you make
Yeah.
5% in the month, you made 5K, right?
5K.
But if you're able to scale that to 1 million, right? Over time, I'm not saying it's going to happen overnight, but over time you get 1 million in capital and you make 5%. How much are you making now? Now the numbers are crazy.
Numbers don't even matter.
They don't matter. But at that point, my recommendation is after you reach a certain amount of funding, go down to 0.5, bro.
Scale down.
Yeah, you don't-
settle down.
Go
You're not
down.
gonna don't blow your account out. Lock it in.
Exactly. And that's, you're going to have rough patches. For me personally, my strategy, for some reason, every time around like the end of the year, October, those months, they get pretty crazy. And then again, even if I'm already at this level where it's like, I've been through everything, it still comes back to haunt me at the end of the day. So I'm not perfect, right? There's days where, I take 3 losses in a row and I'm like, okay, so what is going on? And that psychs you out. So that 4th trade, more than likely, you're going to lose again.
Can't be scared.
Exactly. But the best thing is to just step back and look at what you're doing and just wait. Like that's one of the things I wish I would have done. Just step back, take a few days to myself
the
and wait.
beautiful thing about trading though, like you said, is that you can just scale down.
Exactly.
When you have so much, guys, if you want to be a fucking pro trader, look at what the pro traders are doing, right?
Yep.
Don't try to create it on your own, right?
Exactly.
Shit, it's already been done.
Yep.
You're not the first one to ever become, $1 million trader,
You
right?
just got to follow what works.
Follow what they do. They make more
and the
money.
issue-
They risk less.
Yep.
Now the trade doesn't mean shit to you.
Exactly.
Right?
Especially when you go from risking 1.5, 2% to going down to 0.5, you're like, wait, what? You don't care. The emotions are gone. So that's something that was helpful in terms of like making that transition. And I feel like the issue too is that when you're a beginner trader and they tell you to risk 0.5, you're like, damn, I don't want that. I want to make money.
Because you're never gonna pass the challenge.
No, not just that. It's the timing, but also the aspect of making money. Like once they're funded, you tell someone to risk 0.25 and they'll look at you like you're crazy. But bro, the best advice anybody could ever give you is to go lower on the risk.
If you don't want to ever blow a challenge, right?
Exactly. It's the only way to go, bro. It's the only way because eventually you risk 1%. It's going to be that
2%.
day, 2 weeks, 3 weeks in a row where you're just
Wasn't
having
your
a
day.
horrible, huh?
Yeah, it's gonna be that day
Yeah.
where it wasn't your day.
Exactly. And that's going to start a ripple effect where eventually you just blow the accounts for no reason. So I say when you're funded, try to risk as little as possible and try to be consistent. Like don't aim for 60, 80K payouts, bro. Aim for 6,000, 8,000 consistent payouts every single month for the next year. And that's better than wanting to make that big hit and then you're going to end up blowing your account anyway. You got to restart the process.
Don't shoot for home runs. You're not impressing nobody. No one cares.
Nobody cares, bro, honestly.
No one cares, bro.
Bro, realistically, like that's one of the things where it's like, I realized from this entire journey that whatever you're going to do, you got to do it for yourself. Like, I don't really care if I'm making 5K or if I'm making 50K a month. If I'm happy with 5K a month and I want to continue growing, obviously, but that is my goal. I don't care if people are making 500K a month. Like, everything comes with time and with like the correct discipline and following your entire plan, you will get there. Those 500.
Everything comes from within.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. And you can't rush the process either. Like you see, like for example, like the biggest trade that I've had in one day was 70K, right? Back then, when you would look at that, when I would look at that, I'd be like, damn, bro, I want that. And I couldn't have it. But it's not overnight. It's been how many years? 6 years already. So when you really think about it, you see on social media crazy payouts. Again, some could be real, some could be fake. But they didn't happen overnight, bro. Like you just starting out to trade. Yes, that caught your attention. Yes, you want to start trading, but don't expect the expectation of a beginner trader is
Settle
gone.
down.
Yeah, bro. They just have to realize it's not like that. It's a process, like everything else. If you're gonna become anything in this world, it's a process. You know what I mean? You're gonna start from not knowing anything. You're gonna start learning slowly. Then you're gonna start getting paid more. Then you become an expert in the field. You get paid even more. And that's just how it works. That's how life works. You can't go in to trading without any experience expecting to become, a millionaire overnight. It's not gonna happen. You're gonna end up blowing all your money. That's what.
So
that's
knowing what you know now,
yeah,
obviously you know a lot more than you knew from the first day, right?
yeah.
Where are you taking it next?
So for me, it's to continue scaling. Like my goal in terms of trading is to continue getting more accounts and then lowering the risk completely. Like literally what I'm saying is what I'm currently doing, what I have done in the past and what I will do in the future. And then aside from that, like these last maybe 6 or 8 months, I've been exploring different projects all related to trading. Because one of the things that like I've noticed in this industry is the fact that yes, you could teach someone to trade. You could teach them, right? But they're gonna have to go through the struggles. That's number one. And number two is that it's better to have something or some software or something that can help them in real time rather than, a course or something like that. So I've really like invested a lot of my time, a lot of my money into building tools and projects related to trading to help those beginner traders. I'm talking about tools that I would literally like wish I had when I first started. So that's my current trajectory. I'm 4 months away from finishing law school now, and honestly, might finish, get the degree, become a lawyer, and then just put the title away and continue doing this. Because honestly, from the perspective of like, what do you want to do more? What gives you more of like the drive, bro?
There's so many things you can do in life.
Yeah.
There's unlimited things you can do
100%
in this world.
Yeah, I agree. And I feel like when you lock me in a room, which I've been locked in for the last like 2.5 years, I can be there trading, creating these new ideas. I can be there working for hours and it doesn't feel like work. Now, when you lock me into a library with a book for law school, I enjoy law. It's not that I don't like it, but realistically, it's not the same. It's not the same. Like, it's not the same feeling. I'm counting the hours. When can I go home? When am I going to finish studying so I can go home and do what I really want to do? So that's something that I realized. And, it sucks that I realized that a little bit later into law school, but definitely it's something that I feel like it's good that I found that at a young age regardless. So,
what they say is you got to listen to yourself, right? But aside from that, it's like you have certain amount of options,
right,
when you start your day.
Yeah.
Right? You have 84,000 seconds in the day, I believe, right? So you wake up, you have a select number of things you can do, right? And then from there you move on, you have a select number of things you can do. So out of all the options laid out in front of you in any given moment, actually think about it for a second and try to figure out which one is going to give you even just a little bit more excitement, right?
Right. Yeah.
Right?
I agree.
What's going to bring you a little bit more value? What do you want to do? A little bit more. Even if it's small, right?
Yeah.
Go for that.
Exactly.
Start to narrow it down, start to fucking get some clarity on what you want to do.
And even
on what's calling you, right?
And even with trading, like, don't get me wrong. I think people, like anybody can become a successful trader, but trading is not for everybody because you have to like what you're doing. Because if I didn't enjoy trading, bro, you know how many times I lost thousands of dollars, like literally on the verge to cry myself to sleep because I have no more money and I would blow it in trading. If I didn't enjoy trading, if I didn't have a passion for it, I would have quit. Like many of my friends that I've put on, they quit because they don't like trade. You got to like this to
filters
become
filters them out.
For sure. It's not for everybody. Honestly, I think everybody could become successful if they follow the correct structure, but most people don't get there because they quit. And then again, you go back to the same thing. You know how many people I have had tell me, family members, friends, bro, that's a scam. It's a scam because you didn't give it the time, you didn't put the energy, you didn't put the work,
You're a
and you
scam.
lost money. Yeah, bro. It's, you know what? At the end of the day,
Everything's a scam.
Everything's a scam. If you really
Right?
think about it,
You
if
could
I
break
if I
that down.
become
I was
a
thinking
realtor,
about this last night,
Yeah.
bro, in my head. I'm like, yeah, everything's a fucking scam.
yeah, I agree. If I
So
become a
what?
realtor, right? Let's assume I say my boy's a realtor, he's making a bunch of money. I become a realtor and I fail. So am I gonna say that being a realtor is a scam? No, bro. It's just that I didn't put in the work. He's been doing it for longer than me, and I quit. It's that simple. So if you want to become a trader and you know somebody or you see other people making it, if you really want to do it, it's possible. Like it's all the opportunities, all the education, all the knowledge. Right now, we have more opportunities than ever. If you look up anything online, you get a bunch of educational videos on any topic. So what's stopping you? It's you. At the end of the day, it's you.
What do you have to say to even people who don't even trade? For those who don't even know about trading, like for those just trying to find their way.
I mean, like I said, it depends. Trading is not for everybody. So I feel like you have to have a certain type of mentality and a certain passion for it. And if somebody hasn't heard about trading, I'd say it's a great opportunity if they're going to take it serious. Now, if they're trying to get rich quick, like how I was, don't even start. Like if you're going to come in with that mentality,
don't waste your time.
Don't even waste your time, bro. Because this, like, how do I explain it to you? There's some cases, right, where a trader starts maybe 6 months to a year, they'll find profitability, but that's rare, right? So if you want to be brutally honest, probably 2 years, 3 years to become really disciplined. And that's from my personal experience. Maybe somebody else comes, again, different mindset, they make it happen. But if you're not willing to put in the work and you've never traded before, you're not willing to learn, you're not willing to listen and learn from your own mistakes, then you might as well not begin. Like it's not worth it. You're going to lose your money. Realistically.
Can't let your ego get in the way.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. And it's a long game. Like that's something that one of the things that I preach the most is that the moment I started treating trading as a business, that's when everything changed for me. So what I mean is simple. Like let's say you operate a business, right? You're about to buy furniture. You calculate, is this worth me buying right now for my business? And it's the same thing with trading. Any business move you're going to do, you look at the odds. Is this something that's going to benefit my business or is this an unnecessary expense, right? So when you think about it, it's the same thing with trading. You're about to enter a trade right now. Is this something that's going to be beneficial to my account? Is this something that the probabilities are in my favor? Or is this something that I didn't even look at and it's just to, just to be in the market?
Just zapped.
Exactly.
And I'm just fucking.
It's the same thing, bro.
Sit just because I'm here.
Exactly. And when it comes to journaling and writing down your history, same exact thing. Tell me a real successful business that doesn't have everything tracked. There's none, bro. So how are you going to become profitable if you don't have a history of your
People are
trades?
lazy.
Exactly. It's just
That's the problem.
you know why a lot of people fail and it's sad? It's because they don't want to put in the work and they don't want to take that extra step to perfect their craft. I feel like that's
Shortcuts.
what's necessary. Yeah. There's no shortcuts, bro, in anything in life. And you realize that there's no shortcuts in anything. Any business, school, trading, whatever it is that you're doing, there's no shortcuts at all. At all. You have to put
You
in
got to
the
go
work.
through the darkness,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you said.
Oh, 100%.
That's how you find who you are.
Yeah, 100%. And when you go through those times, you realize like it's good on the other side, but sometimes you have to go through that to get to the other side. Because I could have easily quit, right? And I would have never found this side of trading.
Do you feel like this was destined for you?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you. I came with when I was 5 from Cuba, and I've always been super interested in technology, computers, and growing up 13, 14, bro, I was like an animal trying to make Shopify dropshipping. I was doing
Hungry.
everything. Yeah. I wanted to make online businesses work. And part of the reason why too, my parents are, old school Cubans. And they would tell me like, nah, bro, you got to go to school. This online stuff isn't going to work. It's a scam. And obviously that's the mentality of a lot of parents. But I kind of wanted to like show them this is real, bro. Like I can do this. And I feel like with trading, I wasn't going to stop until I made it work. And that's simply because like, what are you, like you and I, right? We're like everybody else. We got 2 arms, 2 legs, we got a brain. If other people are able to control themselves from those impulses that make you lose trades, if they're able to actually make the shift and become profitable, why can't we? So that's where I was like, okay, I'm doing everything wrong. I got to change myself. It's not the market, it's me.
Hold on. You know yourself though. So how does someone figure out who they are?
Bro, it's a process. It's a process. And the way that you figure it out quicker than any other way is by you knowing what you're doing. There's a lot of people, including myself back then, wake up, you just do whatever. And then the day ends, you're like, how the hell did this happen? Oh, tomorrow comes, same thing again. When you understand what you're doing on a daily basis, where you start seeing patterns and you start making changes to better your life in general, not just with trading, in general. So that's one of the ways, bro. You just gotta look at yourself and see what you're doing. Track your history for everything, for trading, for your life, for the gym. What are you doing? What are you doing with your hours?
What are you doing?
For real, bro. And the scary part is that in today's age, I find myself sometimes falling in the trap where you go on Instagram, TikTok,
sucked in,
and you're just there like scrolling, and then you realize exactly you're wasting time. You're wasting time.
So if someone was to stop doing their phone 40 minutes, whatever, let's say they get that 40 minutes back, what would you say they should be doing?
Bro, honestly, it depends on their goal. So we go back to the same thing. What is it that person's trying to achieve, right? If I want to become a successful trader, I'm doing various things. I'm looking at my history. I'm looking at what's worked for other people. So podcasts are a great option. Bro, Mark Douglas podcast for psychology, that's like next level, bro. Like that should be paid. You get me? And people look over it. So like if you want to learn something, the tools are there. It's just a matter of putting in the action. Everything is there. 100%. So I think it's just a matter of putting in the work. What do you want to do? And calculate the steps. Like what are the steps you need to take to get to...
It all goes back to what's your goals. If you have no goals, figure that shit out. It's 2024.
For real, bro. Time goes by quick.
Why are you sitting around with no goals, right?
Time goes by quick,
What do you want to do?
Yeah. Time goes
by
by
Get a paper, get a pen.
Write it down.
Write that shit out.
Yeah. It's that easy. It's that easy. And then obviously...
You know, like New Year's resolution. Did you guys even fucking tap in this year?
They're not tapped in, bro. But you know what? Honestly, more important than actually writing it down is doing it. Because back maybe like 3-4 years ago, I was falling in the trap of having everything perfect written down, but there was no action. So that's worse. That's probably worse because I'm wasting a bunch of time writing everything. Bro, I set up a calendar and not follow it. It's like, what am I doing? You get me? So you have to be realistic and actually follow what you're going to say. Because believe it or not, I've realized that small wins lead to big wins. And what I mean by that is, let's say right now I say I'm going to wake up at 7 every morning. When I wake up, I'm going to make my bed. If I do those 2 little things, bro, that's going to make you feel really good. And now you're going to start, implementing other things.
That's how you beat the day.
Exactly. You have to.
You're going to let the day beat you or what?
Exactly. It's a lot, bro. And I feel like trading in particular, it's super it's all your mentality, man. Everything about trading, trust me, the strategy is important. You need to have an edge. But if you follow any strategy, and obviously, you need to have some type of rules that you follow and all of that stuff. But if you have that and you really master yourself, you'll be good. You'll be good. You'll start to see that, eventually over a long period of time, you'll see success. Yeah, for sure. If you manage your risk and you have control, self-control, that's all you need.
What was the darkest time in your journey? Because you mentioned to me that,
bro, honestly,
it was dark.
Yeah, it was bad. When I was doing Uber Eats in my Camaro, that was a dark time. But you know what? Honestly, I can't even say it was bad because that time in my life made me appreciate this a lot more. Because so this is how crazy life works.
You need the lows to experience the highs.
Exactly. Because at that point in time, so I was going through losing a lot of money with Forex, obviously. And I wasn't making too much money either. So I had to do Uber Eats in my Camaro. And I remember that when I would make that money and I would go to McDonald's and buy a McChicken, I would feel so good, bro. It was weird.
Treat yourself?
Yeah, I would go to McDonald's, but before being in that position, I would go to McDonald's and get 2 burgers, combo, this and that. Then when I was at my lowest point, I would get 1 McChicken to save money. It was the best McChicken ever, bro. And then now, being through those times...
Gratitude.
Exactly. Because you don't realize what you have until you lose it. And I wasn't in the best position, but I wasn't in a bad position before that time. So, you realize what you have when you lose it. And then when you get it back, you're like it feels better. Yeah, 100%.
It's all perspective.
Yeah, 100%, bro. And I feel like it's better to go through those times early because if you're 30 years old and you have a family, you have a house.
More's at stake.
It's tough. Yeah, it's tough.
Right? When you're young,
when you're young,
need
it's
to
easy.
take the risk while you're young.
Yeah. I tell that to all my boys, all my friends, all my cousins. Bro, if you're going to do something, get it done now. Go all in. It doesn't matter. If you lose everything, you live with your parents. You don't have to pay bills. You get me? The day you have a family, now you got to be more careful. You get me? Because it's completely different. It's a completely different ballgame. You can't lose your house or, food for your
It's real
children or
life.
whatever. Yeah. You got to be more careful. But for me, honestly, it's 100% like risk now, hopefully to set myself up so in the future I can, be able to enjoy and all of that stuff. But right now, bro, I don't go out at all. No clubs. I have one boy that I talk to still from Miami, but aside from that, don't really talk to anybody, just locked in, bro. And it's
Every day.
every day,
You don't
but
get burned
I
out
love
though?
it. No, bro, I love it. I love it. It's not work for me. You know, when it's work, when you start adding in final exams for law school and I start studying for that, it's like, damn, bro, like this is tough. But no, bro, the rest, my schedule right now, I'm working on a project that's a trading journal, a software. Bro, my schedule right now is like wake up 6:30 in the
work.
morning,
Straight to
straight
work.
to it, and then I go to sleep like at 3 because the people I'm working with aren't from the US. So I gotta stay up. And it's hard, but I enjoy it. That's the thing. It's not about like, for me, if it was another business that I didn't really enjoy that much and I still had to do that, I'd be like, damn, that's tough. And if it was for somebody else,
It's like that's a skill though that people need to learn. Is like sometimes when it's time
right?
to work,
Yeah, you
right?
just gotta work.
Put everything else aside and put your head down and do it.
Exactly, and you'll see the benefits too.
And some people can't fully commit to that.
Right. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I wasn't born with this like mentality. If you look at me 2 years ago, I was entering trades and playing video games instead of working on something else. And slowly you start realizing like, bro, time is ticking. Like I'm 24, about to turn 25 in June. It's like, what? How did that happen, right?
Exactly.
And if you don't move, time is going to continue going without you. It doesn't matter. So I feel like from that perspective, it's like you got to put in the work when you're young, and even if you're a little bit older, it doesn't matter. The best part
never
about
too late.
it's never too late, bro. That's the best thing about life. If you don't make it happen when you're 25, when you're 20, you still got the rest of your life to start, bro. But you just got to start. You got me?
Make the decision.
Yeah, that's it.
Jump in.
Exactly. So it's really that simple with anything, not just trading, with anything that you're gonna do. So that's my advice. If you're gonna do something, go all in and try to find something that you enjoy. Because again, bro, this what I'm doing now is easy for me because I don't see it as work. I enjoy creating, like I enjoy bringing ideas to life. I enjoy thinking of something and saying, I want it like this, this, and this, and then here it is. But that's not work to me. So that's something too. That's why you gotta enjoy trading.
Yeah. How's your experience been with TFT?
Man, I can't complain. I've been with a lot of funding companies. I was actually with my Forex funds when they got taken down, and I can't complain at all, bro. I've always had, payouts on time, no issues at all, support. Everything's been great. And again, prop firms are a great opportunity. Like if prop firms weren't around, I probably wouldn't be profitable at all, to be honest with you, because they shape you to become a trader. Believe it or not, that's your tuition. When you go, I'm in law school. You know how much debt I'm gonna end up like in law school? $230K, bro. You get me? So that's my tuition to become a lawyer. You're
If you
becoming
really do the math,
Yeah.
like, come on, you can run it up as a trader.
Exactly.
You can.
And that's the
It's
part
you
where,
versus you.
Mhm. And people don't want to admit that, bro. I say that
Blame it on everything else. Everything
Exactly.
else. The slippage, the this, the that, the that.
It's not,
the
bro.
that.
It's
My
not that.
mom, my dad, my friend, my sister.
Exactly. And that's
Fucking wake up.
for real, bro. Honestly, and realistically, even if you're not, like, let's say you're just getting into trading, I wouldn't trade demo. What are you doing on a demo account? You know what I would do? I would get the lowest option possible for prop firms, and I would trade that. You know why? Because if I would have started from day
Learn the
zero,
ways.
exactly. If I would have started from day zero, following prop firm rules, bro, I'd be an animal in 3 years, not 6, 3. I would have cut it in half. But when you have no guidance, yeah, you have a course, but when you're trading, it's you. It's not the course. The guy's not going to come to your house and trade for you. You get me? You got to take the trade yourself. You got to put how much you're going to
You
risk.
gotta hold yourself accountable.
Exactly. But that's hard.
It's very hard.
Can you tell me, I'm going to ask you something and you let me know
What?
why this happens very often. Right now, let's say you're working a job, you have a boss. You're working from 8 to 5. You got to do this, this, and this. And you do it because you got a boss. You got someone telling you what to do. Now you say, all right, I'm going to open my own business.
Yeah.
But then now you're not waking up at 8. You're not working till 5. You're not doing this, this, and this. You're not following. It's the same thing, bro.
There's
Like,
no
why does that
outline.
happen?
There's no outline. There's no structure.
There's nothing. When it's just you alone, you're the one making all the decisions. Why you're not doing the same thing, or even better because it's your own business, or in this
Figure
case,
it out.
Exactly. And
Yeah, like what you said, it comes back to the time management, right?
right. What are you doing with your day?
And it comes back to your goals.
Exactly. Bro, I'm gonna be honest with you. my perspective really changed. I've always been into like being my own boss. I don't like having a boss myself, but my perspective really changed when you realize that time is ticking. It's going by quick, and we're here for
Never
a
get
short
it
amount.
back.
Yeah,
You will
bro.
never get it
It's
back.
like, what do you want to do in this world, bro? Like, you're here for a set amount of time, or do you really just like, is that it?
You're gonna sit there
Exactly.
and fucking
Bro.
play Fortnite?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy.
Don't get me wrong. Like, there's people that play video games. I play video games every once in a while too. It's not that I'm against it, but bro, when you're playing for 10, 12 hours a day, and
The
that's
game's playing you.
for real, bro. Like, you're playing the game. Like, you're playing the whole game. When you look at life and the whole system, you're playing into the system. You know what I mean? So, bro, for me,
Consumer.
it's just, you're a consumer.
Everyone's programmed to be a consumer.
Yeah, starting off from school, which is scary, but it's the truth. But again, bro, when you realize what life really is and the opportunities that are available to us, like if you look at the technology now compared to 40 years ago, we're blessed, bro. We have computers, phones, and instead of using that to our advantage,
Find an excuse.
exactly, no, or we use it for the wrong reasons. You know, we have access to our Instagram at all times. You got YouTube, but you're not looking at productive videos. You're looking at memes or live streams of some random, bro. Like, what are you doing? Like, you got to really evaluate what you want and then
Shit.
align your things. 100%, bro.
Memes.
Who
They're
watches
great.
those? Huh?
They're great, but it's like, come on. Some people get so carried away.
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know what it is.
It's what I'm saying. When you do everything moderately, it's all good, bro. I'm all for it. I enjoy laughing at memes, but when you spend hours and waste time, it's not gonna
Who
help
are
you.
you?
It's not gonna help you, bro. I'm telling you from experience.
who
It's
you
not gonna
are.
help you. Yeah.
Forget your purpose.
Yep. Like, what do you? That's what I'm saying. When you really want to do something, you got to write it down.
It's bigger than you.
Yep.
It's bigger than you because listen, you're holding a responsibility to everyone in your family before you that died.
Yep.
Right?
You're gonna let them down, or
Are you gonna fucking lay there in bed and play Fortnite?
for real? That's sad.
Or are you
bro.
gonna change the course of your family history?
Yeah, and take your
right?
name to the next level, bro. I feel like your last name.
Anyone
is super
can do
important.
it.
Yeah,
Anyone can do it.
100%.
I believe, listen, if you're watching this podcast, I genuinely believe in every single one of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we want to see you succeed. That's why we're here. That's why we're sitting here talking about these things, right? The stuff that people don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and notice how in this entire podcast we've touched on trading, but the majority has been mindset, and that's simply because your mindset is how you will perform in your trading. So if we just simply talk about, you know, what's my strategy, what's this, what's that,
We're not here to teach you how to trade right now.
yeah, exactly.
right?
We're trying to give you the right mindset so you can take your own trading, however it is that you want to do it, to the next level. And it's when you really think about it, bro, it's not that hard. It's not that difficult. It's really not.
Make
You
it simple.
overcomplicate it. Yeah,
Get rid of everything else that has nothing to do.
exactly.
Take it off the table.
Yeah,
right?
100%, bro. And honestly, if you have like for the traders out there, if you have anybody in your family, friends like bringing you down, bro, just ignore the noise. Like
Cut them off.
cut them off like honestly, bro. You know
Cut
why?
'em off.
It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work if you have them there at all.
You need to level up your life. It's 2024.
For real, bro.
It's
2024.
2024. It
Yeah.
doesn't even feel real.
Yeah,
Right?
it's insane.
If you're still doing the same shit as 2023,
You're late. You're late.
you're late.
For real. You're late. bro.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want to see some results or what?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. It's all about that. And I mean, if you want me to talk about a little bit of what I look for with the strategy
Yeah.
and all that, I'd be down to do
Whatever
that as
you
well.
want to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, bro. So just to give you guys some insight, because I know a lot of people are gonna comment like, "Yo, what this guy do? He didn't talk about strategy." So I'm gonna go ahead and like spill a little bit of what I look for. So my strategy is purely price action, the most simple strategy you can ever find, and it's basically adding in. First thing I look at always higher time frame, right? So what's the market doing? Market structure. Are we in an uptrend, downtrend?
What's the higher time frame you're using?
4-hour daily. That's what I look at. And then obviously the weekly for longer term direction. But I'm a day trader, so I don't really care too much about the weekly. I'm looking at the direction of the market in general on a higher time frame. Then I go down to the lower time frame and lower time frame 1 hour, 30 minute. And there I want to look for something. I want to see that the higher time frame is trending in an uptrend, right? So we're in an uptrend on the higher time frame, but the 1 hour and 30 minute is bearish. I want that because my whole trade comes in when it flips. That
Exactly.
that it aligns lower and
them
higher.
get their orders in.
Exactly. So once I see that flip, that the lower time frame is now bullish and the higher time frame is still bullish, Once I see that flip, I start looking for entries with other confirmations. So I add in obviously support and resistance, trend line breaks, break and retest, all of those things I add in. Exactly. But those are my other confirmations. Like what I need to see in order for me to look for other confirmations is that switch from higher time frame bullish, lower time frame is bearish. But once I see it flipping bullish as well, I start looking for other
clean
things.
itself up.
And then I look for entries with Fibonacci retracement, the golden zone. And then I look for, like, for example, let's assume that the higher time frame is bullish, lower time frame is bearish. We have a trend line for the lower time frame because it's in a downtrend. Let's say we break that trend line. We also break a level of resistance. We come back and retest that level and reject. Bro, that's my entry. It's that simple. I'm not doing anything else. I'm just aligning time frames. So that's why I'm telling you, like, when you tell somebody that strategy, bro, people think that it has to be like super complicated for it to work. It doesn't, bro.
Just wait for everything to align.
Yeah. And just make it simple. You know why? Because if you have a strategy that's super complex, are you really going to do the same thing every time?
Too much.
How are you going to make sure that you're following the same thing every time to track your record?
For those who don't know what Fibonacci is, like, please, like, do not wait another day.
Yeah,
like,
Fibonacci
just
golden zone.
Start.
Yeah. It's a good confirmation to add. What I like to do for my trades is I don't take it based only on it entering the golden zone. I like to see, did it do a break and retest of previous resistance? Yeah, I like to see various things happening at once, and that's going to give me the best possible probability for that trade. So, and
can
then
you expand on the basic overview of Fibonacci, how to use it?
Yeah, so it depends. When I look for that lower time frame move, I look for the low and the high that broke
Swing
the
low,
previous
swing high.
that broke that downtrend on the lower time frame. And then that I map that out, get my golden zone, and I like it when it aligns with the previous resistance. So if we have previous resistance here, then we have a break and the Fibonacci aligns, bro.
If you know they were getting in at that price before, they're going to do something again at that price.
Yeah. And then obviously you need to wait. Like I would recommend waiting for entry signals. So I look for rejections, for bullish engulfing, just to get like that extra step.
Wait for a candle to close in.
Yeah.
And then you go in.
Well, it depends. If I see a rejection, let's say on the 30 minute, and this candle still hasn't closed, I'll enter. That's fine. But I'm seeing the market reject from that area. If it comes back against me, it's a risk that I took. But if I see that rejection, I'm entering. If I wait for a bullish engulfing and I see, bullish engulfing candle from that level, I'm entering as well. But again, I would follow something that's simple and easy to follow every single day. That's my 2 cents.
Dumb it down.
Yeah. Bro,
listen, your strategy should be simple enough for a baby to use.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
And the reason for that is because you want to be able to do it every day. And that's the only way you're going to track your results. And bro, honestly, from a realistic perspective, like my win rate's not high. I have a 55% win rate. So it's nothing crazy, but my risk to reward is there. When you have a minimum 1 to 3 and then some trades 1 to 4, 1 to 5, because what I like to do for setting up my take profit level is I look to the left. If I see that to the left of my entry,
highs,
it's clean.
lows,
No, let's say it's clean range. Like they had a huge drop in the market. And then once you break this level, there's nothing else. It's just a clean bearish candle. That's a clean range. Why would I take profit at a 1 to 3? I can extend those to maybe 1 to 4, 1 to 5. And then again, you put the stop loss to break even at a 1 to 1.
The market's not dumb. It's setting itself up.
Exactly.
Yeah. It wants it to be clean.
Yeah. So you got to look for all those things, and you get those things with experience, obviously, and time. But the most important part is your risk and your mentality.
Keep the account alive.
Yeah, for real. As much time as you can, because you got to look at the long term of it. And I believe, like, a lot of people say, oh, it's hard to keep a funded account for X amount of time. I agree. You're going to have bad months. You're going to have bad weeks. But at the end of the day, if you're able to take care of it and lower the risk, the probability of you keeping it for a long time is there.
All I got to say is, look, if someone else did it,
you could do it. Facts, bro.
Do better.
Yeah, I agree.
Don't make excuses.
I agree.
It's so hard to keep an account alive.
Yeah, that's what you hear
Sounds
all
like
the time.
a fucking excuse.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree, bro.
Then how come this guy did it?
Mm-hmm. We're the
2
same.
years account. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
yeah,
there's always a next level.
Yep.
There's 100%. A next level.
I agree.
You make excuses, that's holding you back.
You're not gonna.
You'll never get to
anywhere.
the next level with that.
If you're using, what's the point of using an excuse, bro? You're like,
because you don't want to look at yourself and say I was wrong. Yeah, I was wrong.
It could be the ego too, but bro, I feel like whatever excuse you use, you're just like damaging yourself. Like there's many times where people say, "Oh no, I couldn't do this because of this," thinking that other people, nobody cares, bro.
It's out of my control.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Take some
ruining
responsibility.
yourself. Exactly.
You're responsible for everything. Listen, here's the secret to life. Everything that happens to you in this life, you're responsible for.
100%. Everything. The good and the bad. Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. I agree.
Everything that happens to you.
Yeah. I'm all for it, bro. I agree. The good and the bad, because people
The
say,
good and the bad.
have you noticed something now that you mentioned that when something goes good, it's like I did it, but when something goes bad, it's like, damn, bro, this, you know what I mean? It's always the same thing.
Wasn't me.
Exactly.
It was that guy.
It's easier to take credit for what's good and not what you did wrong. But at the end of the day, you got to look at both sides, bro. If not, you're not going to
You
get
put
better.
yourself there in that situation, in that place, in that time.
Yeah, 100%. With everything. Trading, with life, with any business,
And
any
just
project.
accept it though.
Yeah,
Don't fight me on this, right? It's not getting you anywhere.
exactly.
If you start to accept this, start to take more responsibility in your life, in your trading, you start to view life with a new perspective. Like, yes, maybe this bad thing that happened to me, yeah, maybe it was my responsibility. Yes, it was all my responsibility.
Yeah. And
That
that's gonna
opens
let
up
you,
doors for you.
Yeah. It's gonna
New
get to the next
opportunity,
level.
new possibilities, right? You can
That's what's
take
up.
it somewhere.
I agree. If you
An excuse is basically just like a Band-Aid, right?
Yeah.
There's no solution. You're just
At
putting
all.
it on.
temporary fix,
Temporary fix. Look away. Attention elsewhere.
it's a reality, bro. A lot of people are in that cycle. And you have to look at what you're doing wrong to correct it. Otherwise, you put a Band-Aid and then 3 months later you realize, oh, it's still there. Of course it's still there. You didn't fix it.
You got to solve the problem at the root.
Yeah. And when it happens too, you can't let it linger, because then that's going to cause more problems.
Because if you let it linger, you're not taking responsibility.
Exactly. Yep. I agree, bro.
You're letting life happen to you, right?
Facts.
Like, listen, the chances of being a fucking successful trader are slim. We'll be honest. Like, if you made it here on this podcast, pat yourself on the back. Like, it's not easy, right? And think about the odds. What's the odds of being born?
Right.
Of fucking even being alive, right? The odds are very, very slim. Less than 1%, less than 0.00001%.
Yeah.
The odds are always against you.
Always.
Always against you. From the second you exist, all the odds are stacked against you.
Yeah.
Right?
I agree. So might as well use that. Bro, honestly, whenever something goes wrong in my life, I look at it as a way to become better. You can't let that take
Exactly.
you down, because otherwise,
You got to let it expose your weaknesses,
and
right?
you work on that weakness. It's that simple, bro. If you wanna become better, that you have to go through the problems. If I would have became successful instantly and I would have known all of this instantly,
No story,
Nothing,
no
bro.
self-growth,
and I wouldn't have appreciated it either.
no
Because I
journey.
appreciate the journey, because, bro, we came from nothing to something.
The journey is the destination.
So that's
For
super
you guys.
important. There's a lot of people struggling, bro, and obviously, like, it sucks because it's not easy. But like my recommendation is to use that struggle to like really get to the next level. You need to go through something, bro. It's not gonna be easy, but that's gonna
Nothing's
push
just
you.
given. Nothing's spoon fed. You know, we're not just giving you. You know what I'm saying? Like no one's just giving
No
it to
handouts,
you,
bro. No handouts. You can't expect handouts. You know what though? When I was younger, I would look at like life and be like, oh, it's not that bad. No, life is tough, bro. When you're out there alone and you don't really depend on your parents or your family or anything, and you realize what life is about, this is cutthroat, bro. So nobody's gonna give you nothing. You gotta work for everything yourself. That's my recommendation.
As bad as it gets, right, on this planet, there's the exact opposite. It's like the yin yang, right?
Exactly.
It can get so beautiful in in the exact opposite
As long as you
direction.
don't quit. Yeah, because if you quit, it's over. But if you keep
If
going,
you guys quit, unfollow. You know what I'm saying?
It's done.
Bye-bye.
it's done.
It's fine. We weren't meant to be.
That's
Right?
how it is, bro. That's how it is.
But listen, no, for real. We want to see you guys win.
Yep.
Can you drop your Instagram?
Yeah, sure. My Instagram is RALF. That's at Ralph. You guys can follow me and hit me up. We'll talk if you need advice. If you're going through a similar situation, I can help you out. Let me know.
Is there anything you want to plug? I know you said you had some trading businesses. Stuff like
I
that.
have a trading journal called Trade Track. There's a version out, but if you guys like are actually interested, this version is free. And then I also have the next version, which is going to be crazy, and that's going to be coming out soon, hopefully. So
Nice.
that's the only one that I'm like out there already. All the other ones are like in the works, but it's all coming together, bro. It's a lot, but
Stay
it's
tuned.
trade
Big
track.
things.
So big things coming for sure, bro. We're just getting started.
What is the last thing you want to leave with the traders?
Bro, I think that you guys should continue trading. If this is something that you guys enjoy doing and you're losing right now, just understand that this is normal, but you got to look at what you're doing and make the adjustment if you want to get to the next level. Otherwise, you're going to continue losing forever until you're basically going to get to the point where you're tired of losing, and then you're going to change, but you might as well just change now, make the adjustment, become more disciplined, change your habits in general in life, not just trading. If you change your habits for everything in your life, your trading will become better. And just don't give up. I mean, if you really want to become a trader, it's possible.
It's like new habits, new me.
Yeah.
You can unlock so much.
Yeah, bro. There's a lot of things that you can change to level up. So that's my advice. Take it to the next level always.
Ralph, thanks for coming on the pod.
Thank you for having me, man. It's been a pleasure.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, bro.
And guys, it's been another episode of the TFT podcast. Thank you again.
Thank you, brother.
Make sure you guys like, subscribe, stay tuned.
you